for
Hey, we're live on X.
Hey, how about that? That's a good deal.
I just got the notification.
Hooray!
We didn't advertise the show. But
I apologize because
I forgot. I just was like the day I was just like, oh, I never did that.
Fuck it, that's the closing.
Hey, did you get the new song?
It's
on Instagram. He sent it to me on Instagram, so I sent it to your Instagram. I forgot to tell you that.
I don't even know if I have an Instagram.
You do.
What is
JR Comedy or some shit, you fucking old bastard.
Fuck, I mean, I signed up for Instagram so long ago.
My God.
Oh, shit.
My God. You know what?
This is going to be one of those shows, fellas. One of those shows.
You know, I'm almost more disappointed in this than not seeing Liv Morgan or Rhea Ripley live last night. Okay? I'm going to say that right now, WWE.
How do I find Instagram?
I don't know, bro. Like,
you mean the app or Instagram.com? Do we need to show you how social media works, old man?
You need to just shut up.
You don't know. You
let me think.
You don't talk to the top shelf like that.
We detected an unusual login attempt.
Hang on.
My God.
I didn't try to get in from
fans for all these yahoos.
What the fuck?
Yahoos and the chicanery and the shenanigans that I don't provide, but these two.
Hang on, JR.
All the time.
Hang on.
I'll keep them.
I don't even
all
know
entertained.
What the fuck I'm doing here.
Did you all see us on Raw last night? We were in the suites. We live in that top shelf suite life. I
didn't see. Actually, guys, I forgot you were even going.
You are such a pile of shit.
No, I am not, dude. My brain is fried again. I have the same kind of bullshit that happened the last time, and now I have to come up with another goddamn password.
Alzheimer's. He has Alzheimer's. Oh, Tim Nell is here, everybody. Look, he's already shouting out his own brand. Hashtag NWO stands for Nella Warlord. Don't get all upset, WWE.
Why don't you just leave him alone?
You know what? He's the one who started this, okay? He's the one who sold me and the rest of the team top shelf down the river. Okay? Don't act.
Nobody sold you down the river. You...
Shut up, you ball-kicking son of a gun.
Yeah, well, how's your balls? How are they feeling, buddy? Good.
They're great.
Glad
They're great. I found a lovely young lady that helped me out with them, okay?
Oh, there it is, Google Drive. You sent it in Google Drive?
I don't know, dude.
Yeah, you did. Awesome.
Well, hang on. Is it the final, though, or did you just find
it's whatever you sent.
We are a well-oiled machine. We are the 2 count.
How do I download it?
We are the best in the Midwest. I am supposed to be a heel.
You are shit shelf is what you are.
I'm the best one here.
Oh, hang on.
Big Ace is on over there.
Shut up. JR.
I'm just trying to entertain the masses.
Shut up. I gotta hear JR talk, not you. It's John Russell at Gmail.
Yeah, but I found it and I think I can upload it.
Yeah, but I'm gonna send you the one so we know for sure it's not
okay.
The unmastered one, because I don't remember.
Is it 2 minutes 28?
I don't know. But I'm sending
it's so good to do this live on air.
You know what, Tom? People who are fans, enjoy hearing this shit because they realize that we're real people and we're not full of bullshit like you.
You're full of bullshit, you fucker. Why is my camera not working? It's got a case of fucking ace-itis over here. Just stupid fucking equipment.
Sake.
You're fuck. Hey everybody, welcome.
I'll tell you what, Jared. We'll just do it this way.
I'll just play it. So far, it's kicking.
We're doing it, everybody.
I'm opening up Cool Pro as we speak.
Who wants to see a magic trick? No one. I don't have a magic trick anyways. Okay.
You aren't magic.
not what the lady friends have been saying to me. Oh,
I know.
that's not truthful.
Ooh, is that it?
Welcome to the show. Oh yeah. Welcome to the show. Yeah. Okay. Everybody, it's time for the show. 2 Count, we about that go. Best in the Midwest, and we up next. Go and ring the bell, rest, cause here we go. Comedy meets wrestling. Yeah, we doing our own thing. Squared circle and a microphone. 2 Count on everything. Can you smell what we're cooking now? Other shows, they ain't got that style profile. And while we strut, arm raised with 2 fingers up. JR, Big Ace, Tommy 2, they something else. This show be dynamite. Next level, top shelf. I'm like, ah. Welcome to the show. 2 Count. Welcome to the show. 2 Count.
You know what he did? He made us a donut.
Boom.
So we can add stuff in there. That's beautiful. That's as good as it gets.
Yes, sir. So
Only one thing wrong. Only one thing wrong with it. He mentioned Tom in it.
No, he also mentioned the top shelf. So twice.
Fuck the top shelf.
Next level, top shelf. You heard it.
No,
You heard it. You heard it. You heard it. You heard it. I know you did. I know you did, JR.
No, I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it at all.
You lying son of a gun.
Can't help it.
Happy Tuesday to everybody out there. Mouse is already in the chat. Zach Takis, Tina, mid-level Tina. That rat from the Nella World Order, Tim Nella. Checking in already. It's preposterous. It's ludicrous. It's 2 Count. Where I'm the one that is talking. That's what happens.
Yeah,
I'm
because
the
we're
only
trying to
one
do
here
we're trying to
talking.
do important stuff, you douchebag.
Wow, you hear the level of respect I get around to everybody? You heard that from JR, the oldest man on Twitch, and soon to be the most recently deceased man on Twitch if he keeps going like this.
Who's gonna do something? Nobody. You know why?
Yeah, shut your old mouth.
You know why, Tom?
Guess what we got on Saturday? Shut up. Hold on. Guess what we got on Saturday, everybody? A watch along party. Yeah. SummerSlam. Yeah. You know it. SummerSlam. We doing it. Watch along style. 2 Count. 2 Count. See, I could do it. I could came up with a song. Yeah. No mid-level Tina.
Here's the only thing that me and Tommy are gonna be a little late to the watch along, so JR is gonna kick it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which means it could very well be the first 30 minutes. JR sleeping on my couch with a microphone in front of it.
Which, to be fair, is sometimes entertaining.
Well, it depends on what the first match might be, though, too, right?
JR just starts sleeping, just bears.
I'll be watching the Bears, baby.
Bears.
He's trying to catch salmon in his dreams.
I'm gonna get it. I'm in the river. I'm gonna get it. You don't come around me, Bears. I got the fish. I got the salmon. 2 Count.
So real exciting watch along coming up Saturday night with the 2 Count.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long ass day for me. I gotta be at Ace's
I beat you,
place.
asshole.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you have an hour and a half drive before you drive?
Oh, that extra hour and a half. I still have to go do all the other work with you though. After that,
Yeah, no shit,
you
Sherlock.
sit quietly in your car and be by yourself.
Yeah, it's probably the worst. Me with my own thoughts. Jesus, you guys got just a slight glimpse of it earlier, okay? Because you guys weren't talking. That's how this brain is going all the time, okay? Yeah, I'm a psychopath.
They make pills for that.
They don't. Not for mine. No. Mine is more like, you want a frontal lobotomy? Fuck yeah, man. Let's make it easy on everybody. All right. I stop talking. I just drool more when I sleep. It's fine.
Oh my God, that would be amazing.
Like, do you want a frontal lobotomy or a bottle in front of me?
Well, if I got a bottle in front of me, it might be just a full lobotomy. Anyhow.
Anyway, we went to Monday Night Raw last night.
How was it?
It was a good old time. We had sweet tickets. Thank you to, who was it?
Brian McDaniels hooked us up. He knows how the 2 count rolls. So
and was that really Blue Ox Media? Is that where they were from?
Well, is one of his clients, yes. And so they own that suite. They can use it for any event that's there at we're going to be in Algona on Saturday. They can use it for any event that's there at XL Energy Center, whether it be Wild Games or Raw.
Here's the deal. Very, very awesome that they invited Tom, and then that Tom extended that invitation to us. JR did not was not able to go, so we took Mr. Nella.
You took Mr. Nella. I tried to refrain from this.
Was there friction between these two?
Well, first of all, Tom told us it was catered, so we didn't eat all day.
I said I wasn't sure.
You said it was catered.
I said
you were like, yeah, this is fucking sweet. It's catered.
What an asshole.
Yeah, and I was like, are you sure? Because I've been to many wrestling shows where they're not. $16 fucking chicken tenders.
Let's look at
anyway,
this.
Oh my!
Look at this. Starting shit with the Top Shelf again. Tim Nella, long since gone from Team Top Shelf. I booed him out basically. He's all about himself now with that Nella World Order bullshit.
All right, got it.
Are you serious?
What's up, man? How are you?
Nella World Order, huh? You have to do that, didn't you?
Come on, man. You know. After you?
No. I insist. After you. I don't want to get stabbed in the back. Again. Yeah, who is Tim Nella? Backstabber.
You should have kicked you in the balls.
You know what? JR, I want you to know that the next time I see you, so Saturday, I might just straight up kick you everywhere. You know, kick you right in the balls, drop you to your knees, kick you in the head. Just end this whole misery that we know of this back and forth.
The only misery is from you. You seem to be obsessed now.
Obsessed with what?
With getting revenge or some shit. I don't know.
Is it revenge or I didn't want to be brought into all this madness in any way. So tell you. Oh, what does Mike have to say now?
Something about how you're a pussy, probably.
Oh man. Damn, we should have snuck in some Crustables. Damn.
Store brand.
That would have been dope.
I mean, you just know those are sandwiches, right?
Better than the $16 chicken tenders. Boom. Tim sent this to me, and what's beautiful about this picture is do you see Tom right there?
Yeah.
Do you see that big mouth open like, oh yeah.
He looks like a trout.
Yeah, he looks like he's catching the salmon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look at the little kids over there. They're like, oh look, he's beating up that skinny guy. Yeah. We laughed very hard over that in the suite last night, Tim and I.
I bet you did.
Mm-hmm.
That was great.
Yeah. No, it was a lot of friction in the suite last night, trying to stay chill, strong.
Nothing but love. Did you see how many people loved that, Tom? All those little kids loved it. The people that were sitting on the other side loved it. People that couldn't see it were cheering their asses off because they knew that something good happened.
You know what's great is that I know all those little kids who are cheering that stuff will never be, anywhere close to the level of success of their parents. They're all morons. Their parents are probably dumb for allowing those kids to go to that Madhouse show. Okay. And also, you were dangerously close to those children. We don't know what your past is like, JR, you weirdo.
You're the one with the weird tight pants.
That's inappropriate.
Those are golf pants. I don't know why you're obsessed.
Say that again, because it
with my
looks
pants.
like he's trying to accentuate his rump.
Golf pants, they're a little tight. They were a little snug.
I thought you needed to be able to have a little bit of room in golf pants.
Do you not know that they stretch, JR? Okay.
I don't
We have
need
this
to know that
material-
they stretch.
We have certain materials that can stretch. I don't know if you know this or not. You should probably be more
You know,
aware
like your big mouth.
Yeah. My natural mouth over here, it stretches a lot to say the
Because
words.
it's
I have to
always
use.
yapping. That's why.
I came on here in a pretty good mood, and then the vial from the two mouths telling me to shut up the whole time when you're trying to
I never
launch.
told you to shut up.
You
I
both
know. You
told me
were-
to shut up. Both of you were telling me to shut up.
I never told you to shut up.
You both did. Yes, you.
No, I
Ace told me to
think
shut up, and you go, yeah, shut up. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Oh, Tom's mouth stretches. Don't get any ideas, Mouse, with the next fucking comment, you pervert. Oh, JR's got his don't worry, everybody. I'm the one carrying the show again tonight. Not a big deal. I got Tweedledee and Tweedledum on their fucking cell phones. It's not a big deal. Yeah, just big Ace.
I'm just sending the links out on our social media so people know we're on right now. That's cool.
I tweeted out.
Look at
earlier.
that. We're popping. We're popping on X again. Thank you for all of you that are watching on X. We love that. We're popping on X, Tom. You know what? We're popping.
Congrats. Nella all the way says mid-level Tina. Well, that's fine. Coming from the mid-level, I would expect nothing less than you to cheer for Tim Nella. Horse manure. That's what it all is. It's a bunch of horse manure. It's literally
It's funny. So you're one of those guys who's like, I'm not gonna say horse shit. I'm gonna say horse manure. But I've used way worse language and terminology than that. But I'll
No
use
kidding,
horse
JR.
manure because I'm going to try to be clean.
I am trying to be clean tonight, okay? I've been the one yelled at all night. All this
No.
rude behavior from the two of you towards me. I feel like I'm the one who needs to clean this place up a little bit. Oh, look at Tim. Oh, schmoozing with the one fan you have, huh, Tim?
I think he has
Keep
more
it
than
mid-level,
one.
Tim.
I think he has
Horse
more than one.
manure, Tim Nella, just slightly above horse shit. How about that? You want me to just say horse shit?
Okay, what about you being horseshit?
Oh, Jesus Christ, Jace. Don't try and jump into the fucking party now, God damn it.
What's going on?
You're an idiot.
I hate manure. Raw was a good time, but like Tom said this at the very beginning, all we got was Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan promos. It was kind of disappointing. Didn't get to see either one in person in the ring. But yeah, it was a good time.
So what was your favorite match?
Oh, man.
Probably Finn and Gunther.
Yeah, the main event was real good.
I think favorite moment was seeing the Wyatt Six members unmasked for the first time in the ring.
Oh,
in the
wow.
arena. That was cool. Tom missed it.
Was you peeing?
Yeah, I missed it because I was trying to find fucking popcorn for you and Tim, and then
that wasn't even that.
popcorn. I was trying to be.
You were
simple.
getting yourself food too. I just asked you to give me some popcorn on the way back.
Yeah, sure.
You
Yeah.
should have went when we went before they went live.
I was going to, but then I was talking to the other people in the suite because I don't know if you know this or not. I schmooze very easily. I talk to people. This is what I do. I try to get people to know the show so we build our audience instead of just trying to be like, Tom's a fucking idiot. Nah, fucking 2 count. Nah. Assholes.
At least he knows.
Fucking throw it out. You're fucking. You know what?
I just also want to say, Tom, and this is sincere.
Is it? Okay.
It is. It is. I feel like you haven't been out in the sun as much. And I wish you could get out in the sun a little bit more because it's hard to call you Red Panda when you're all pale-faced again.
You should have
I
saw
got
him last
plenty of
night.
sun. Yeah.
Was he
Well,
red from drinking?
No,
No,
he
you
was
dickhead.
Dummy went to the 3M on Saturday when it was super humid out.
Oh.
And then went golfing after. That's insane.
You went golfing too? You watched the pros and then went yourself?
I got the Twilight Raid at Como Park, and I just got 13 of the 18 in. Did pretty fucking well, and then just totally fucking fucked up the weekend of golf by playing Sunday morning and just absolutely having a shit round. So, no, Luke, by the way, there was no local talent yesterday, at least not that we saw, as far as any vignettes or any security or anything like that.
I missed all the pre-matches because we got there kind of like in that 20-minute before they went live spot. So
yeah, I mean, I saw those for main event and speed. No, they were all just regular WWE talent.
How quick was the speed match?
3 fucking minutes. What a
wow!
And it was Julian Creed versus Pete Dunne, and it went to like 10, 15 seconds left in the match, and Pete Dunne got the win, obviously.
Who then screwed Sheamus later in the
He did screw Sheamus. You know, an Englishman, a Brit using a shillelagh. There's just something wrong with that historically.
I got to tell you, though, first of all, crowd was pretty hot for a Minnesota crowd. We were on the suite level, and we could see some of them Minnesota sports and entertainment people walking around. So WWE was schmoozing them up probably last night for the big SummerSlam event coming up in 2026. But I gotta say, the fucking pop that Otis got last night it was so loud, dude. That building lost their mind for him.
Awesome.
Yeah, the hometown guy or home area guy, if you will. Also, not only that, I don't know if it was louder when the cheers for Otis or when they put up the vignette for WrestleMania being in Las Vegas next year with the boos raining down. Like,
oh God, I don't know if I was there. I might have went and peed or something at that point.
It was loud because I was laughing about it. I'm like, oh, we are the better apple on that one. We are just super sourpusses on that one.
I will say this. At least it'll be for sure like warmer weather when there's a major event here, though. The other thing, too, is Jesse Ventura was backstage last night. There's been rumors, so maybe we see Jesse get back involved with WWE and have a bigger part of that 2026 SummerSlam. We got to get you in front of him, JR.
All I want him to say is, hey, where's Chico Santana? And buy my
you gotta
marijuana.
You gotta do the bit's gotta be you're trying to find Chico Santana to go burn some legal marijuana. That's what it's gotta be.
Chico, you know what the marijuana is.
You're out of rhythm tonight, aren't you, JR?
I don't know what's going on.
Well, yeah, that's the end of the show, guys.
That shit was hilarious in Hall of Fame. Is that Chico Santana?
Where's Chico?
That shit was hilarious. Yeah, it was a good time. But so SummerSlam is Saturday. You got the card in front of you, anybody?
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. We got undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes defense against Solo Sikoa. Damian Priest takes on. You want me to just run down the whole?
No. Hang on. Do we see? Do we see Reigns come back? I think that's going to be the big question surrounding the Cody Rhodes solo match.
So this, I did a.
Let us know in chat. Do you think Roman Reigns makes his comeback at SummerSlam, or does it get held off?
I was a guest on Card Subject to Change this last Sunday, and it was brought up. It was good. You know, it's a lot of fun. You know, when you're the only funny guy in a panel of 6 people, you know, had to carry the weight over there too. It's not a big deal. This is why people bring me on to things. This is why I get paid for shit. You know, people like having me around, except for like Luke and Tim and Tina.
All of Rochester, all of Iowa.
Shut up. The people who know me know that I'm worth having around. Why do you think I've lasted as long as I have here?
People that know you stay away.
Shut up, JR. Anyhow, no, it was a good fun time, but somebody brought up the fact like, is Roman Reigns gonna return at SummerSlam? But then also somebody said, well, what about The Rock? And I said, you can't have both. It's one or the other. You can't have both showing back up. So yeah, it was a good banter, but I also said, if you're gonna have one, it's probably best to have Roman Reigns because of how you might want to set it up going forward. Because does he confront Cody Rhodes or does he confront the Bloodline?
Well, and that's just it. You said you had Mike's up there. He has to. Nothing feels like a real main event on this, and that's kind of true. To be honest, the main event for SummerSlam, the bigger match, the bigger story right now, really does feel like Rhea and Liv.
Well, that or Punk and McIntyre as far as their grudge match, and you include Seth Rollins.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I mean, that's the thing.
It could be either of those two, but it's definitely not the Solo Bloodline version.
No, I mean, you have Solo Sikoa as your opponent or your challenger for the undisputed WWE Championship, and he doesn't really feel like a main eventer. Even when Jey Uso was going for it, there was that possibility of, well, what does he do against his cousin to win the title? Or does he possibly just roll over and just take the fall? That was a good kind of a question for that kind of match. But Solo just doesn't feel quite ready. Even the men's world heavyweight championship match doesn't quite feel like it's main event because they haven't really truly established Gunther as that level past Intercontinental Championship in my mind. And I also think that they're probably going to start the night with that match.
You think so? They're going to, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that they're going to want to start a little hot, so they're going to have a championship match to start. I mean, there's mostly championship match. You only have the one grudge match this year. But I think you start off with the World Heavyweight Championship, then you probably go to one of the women's match, probably the Bayley and Nia Jax. Then you go back-to-back with either U.S. or Intercontinental. Those are 3-4, depending. Then you probably do CM Punk and Drew McIntyre, followed by Liv and Rhea, probably then Cody and Solo. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a booker or anything like that, but if that's the way it lines up, hire me, WWE, you idiots. Shouldn't call them idiots if I want a job, right? Point taken. All right.
JR, we could fill you in when we go off air on that.
Oh, okay.
I had heard more about that. Like, sorry, private chat, but I heard from her shortly after that. So I heard a little bit of what the deal was, but yeah. Anyways, would you think of that match? Sorry. Okay. Hang on. So we're still on Cody Rhodes. So we're going to move on. Unless you have any thoughts on that match, JR, because again, I get it. It's a main event because it's Cody, but like this is the lull, I think, in the Bloodline where everybody's just waiting for Reigns to come back.
See, the thing for me is Solo Sikoa is fine, but he lacks a lot of the charisma that is necessary for that, in my opinion. And I mean, they kind of want to portray him as a beast, but it just doesn't go for me.
So also, guys, make sure you're chatting in there. Let us know your thoughts on what we're talking about. I think the other thing too is in just the natural progression of the storyline of the Bloodline. If you look at how it should have gone, like how does he just jump over his brothers?
Yeah.
Well,
like but I mean, you know what I mean though? Like before that, like I don't know. It's just there. Well, it just seems weird that the guy that came up from NXT pushed into this big spot, into this big storyline, is now headlining said storyline, and it's like there's so much more for him to learn. I mean, granted, he's probably light speed ahead of a lot of people being the family he comes from. But like you gotta like Jay Uso is somebody who like really, really should be getting his dues as a solo guy right now. And we're
Yeah.
not seeing that right now. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's getting matches, but we're not seeing him put into key matchups. We're not seeing him in key storylines. And I think that's where this bloodline's losing it. Like, yeah, okay, cool. Cody's feuding with Solo, great, but like, yeah, you need like Jay or Jimmy or someone else from the family needs to be involved with this. Heyman was kind of that connection.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't know if we see Reigns come back. I think we see Paul Heyman come back and make an appearance at SummerSlam, though.
Oh, that could happen. I was just going to mention, though, too, the reason Solo kind of jumps over his brothers as far as taking over control, it's like in Bullet Club when the first iteration, you only had the 4 guys, right? You had Prince Devitt, and then you had the underboss, Bad Luck Fale. That's kind of the role he was always in anyways. He was supposed to be the muscle. He was the feared guy, you know? So, like, even when Rock was the final boss, Solo is still more like the underboss. So if anything happens to the boss, the underboss takes over, kind of shit like that. So that was the role he was playing. They just didn't have it fill in where you had a great charismatic leader to take that role. It should have been Tama, if you really ask me.
Well, there's conspiracy too that says it's The Rock the whole time. That's going to be the reveal. It's that The Rock was running it the whole time. Solo was just his presence, I guess.
Right, I get that, but
I don't know. We'll see. I guess anything can happen, but yeah, hopefully something big happens because it doesn't feel like a big matchup.
Well, it doesn't, but because it could have been something that, you know, whatever the pay-per-view was, or sorry, premium live event was after WrestleMania. They could have settled it then because, you know, Solo was the one who hit the Samoan Spike on Cody. And then that became the big deal as far as then the rest of the run-ins and shit like that with John Cena and The Rock.
Yeah, but then Reigns left. So what would you have done then? You have to keep the storyline of Bloodline going if Reigns.
Oh, I get that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that. But that's, you know, again, this matchup could have been a different matchup. I think, you know, especially if you really want to, because of the Civil War aspect with Bullet Club before, Tama and Cody still had, you know, electric heat from that. They have clearly worked together in the past. They work well together. This could have been something where you could have showcased a guy like Tama Tonga to the broad, you know, WWE universe to let everybody see what he could actually do, because I think they're holding him back too much right now, but that's just me.
I think they'll do that at like Bad Blood or something. I don't think they'll do that on, you know, SummerSlam's one of the big 4. You got to go with marquee names for the big 4. So that's why we get
globally. Tama Tonga is a good name, man.
But again, you know,
I'm fucking with you, man. Come on,
you're speaking like a true fucking New Japan AEW WWE lover and WWE hater.
I'm so sorry that.
No, I mean that's what it sounds
like.
Be
a guy who likes wrestling or sports entertainment. You fucking knob, Jesus.
But no, you know, obviously what the mindset is for WWE as far as what they're doing, and yeah, doesn't matter how big of an international star they are, unless they're working with New Japan, it doesn't exist. How Impact? That's just interesting, because I thought I heard that someone else was maybe going to be working with WWE soon too. Like another promotion. I don't remember what it was.
Well, there is talk about, you know, when they were just in Japan, that they did work out a deal to possibly work with Pro Wrestling Noah over there going forward, which was the match, you know, we saw AJ Styles do over there with Noah.
There's just so much that could happen over the next few years as Triple H is putting together what the new WWE is going to look like.
Well, you know, honestly, actually with TNA being part of their working relationships, there is Bullet Club in TNA. So if they really wanted to, they could take an iteration and move it over just to kind of see what might happen with.
I mean, at this point, they've danced around it enough.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, GCW, that would be amazing. Actually, that would be pretty sweet. What's the next match?
World Heavyweight Championship, Damian Priest versus Gunther. And if anybody did watch Raw last night, I thought they were going to pull the trigger on Gunther this one, but after last night's Raw,
I think
Damian Priest standing tall.
I think that I always say that's a good tell of, oh, he's stand tall on the go home show. He's losing. That back in the day, it used to be like that at least. I think Gunther still wins. They're just putting so much behind him as this big young star that's going to be just a force to reckon with. So I don't see Gunther not winning this. And I think Damian was really just a placeholder till Rhea came back. Now she's back. Now you're gonna have, because there's just so much with the Judgment Day that's going to happen soon. Like it's going to implode soon, because the whole, like, that's where I was hoping to get more about, like, when are we going to start finally seeing the real cracks of, like, oh, Finn's kind of been the guy that's pulling the strings behind the scenes, working with Liv, kind of saying little comments to get tension, shit like that. And like I was telling Tommy, I think with last night, I thought it was, where it's going to be like Rhea's going to just, at one point, maybe I said it last week, where Rhea at some point is going to have to be like, I'm the fucking leader, all of you listen to me. And it's going to kill both of those two. But here's the deal. I don't think Finn's going to have a big run again until he's not in the Judgment Day. Yeah, he's a tag team champ, but who the fuck is JD McDonough? You know what I mean? Like,
he's a protege of Finn Balor. He was trained by Balor, so he's a British Isle Irish wrestling legend at this point. So maybe watch your tone about who the hell is JD McDonough.
Most interesting thing about JD was when he had his little thing with Truth.
Yeah, and he has a big fucking head. He's like a fucking Charms blow pop. His head is like way too fucking big for the rest of his fucking body. If you ever see it, like he literally looks like he should be about a foot shorter. If you understand what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I don't know. It's yeah. I think Gunther the whole way. I think Damian's done, man.
JR, what do you say? Who is taking home the World Heavyweight Championship? Big sigh of relief right there. Fucking, he's still alive, everybody. Thank God.
So I'm in the midst of trying to load up some software while you guys are talking.
Duty on the work night. Okay.
Yeah, well, it's because I'm trying to get stuff, because we've been missing some stuff. We had a little, and I, not to get off the sub, we had a nice little bump when we were able to make some of those little clips, but unfortunately the software that I bought to do that fucked it up. So I bought some different software to do it.
God, I almost fucking fell asleep there. Thanks, everybody, for...
You're the dumb motherfucker that asked. I mean...
I asked you, the first question was...
get what you pay for.
Who's taking home the gold in the World Heavyweight Championship match? Gunther or Damian Priest? And then you're just over there sighing like the old man you are. JR.
I love Gunther. I liked Fat Gunther better.
Oh, Walter.
Yeah, there you go. You go.
Tim said that last night. He's like, man, I liked it better when he was Walter.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I don't know. The only there's just so much stuff going on with Judgment Day now. I don't know if it's time for him to get rid of it. I don't know if they have. I mean, is just the breakup of Judgment Day enough to it is? Do you think so, Ace? Is that enough to say Judgment Day's going to break up? We're gonna take this title and put it on Gunther now, or is, I mean, because I can't foresee anything going on with him other than this big breakup.
Yeah, that's just it. That's why I say, like, I see Gunther winning this because he'll get focused into the whole implosion of Judgment Day, and then after that, it's back to him being a singles guy. And I don't know if he can carry that top title. Yeah, I just I don't know. It's like someone else that's on this card that I just I don't know if they should be at the spot they're at right now. And he proved it again last night.
You're right. CM Punk doesn't deserve it.
Fucking jerk. He is.
Whatever. No, I'll say this though too, as far as Damian Priest, though he did get a lot of love from the audience last night, and sometimes we've seen in the past, not since really Triple H taking over. Sometimes when a champion gets some last minute love, like the crowd gave Damian Priest last night, all of a sudden they decide not to go through with a title change. So that's all I'm saying.
I don't think he got that much love. I think people are more pumped for Gunther, to be real honest with you. I think Imperium gets a way bigger pop than Damian alone. They're really building him up right now. They're really building Gunther up. I mean, he got this title opportunity while he was still holding the IC title. You know what I mean? Like, they're just giving him championships. So I see it happening. I see that the whole Finn, and it's going to be Finn and Damian. Like, that's going to be the match that comes out of when Judgment Day breaks up, because Finn's always
that's what we're going to see at Bad Blood.
And but that's the other thing. So how does that come out? And that's what I was hoping we'd see some more of last night. We didn't. But like, do we see Finn somehow get involved in this match and accidentally cost Damian? Like, you know what I mean? Like, where does it come out, and where does it like, well, you're fucking jealous of me? No, I'm not jealous of you. Like, I'm a tag team champ. Like,
well, because everybody was supposed to go it alone last night in Judgment Day, right? And then Damian Priest still comes out there afterwards when Finn is just getting beat down. And if everybody was supposed to go alone in Judgment Day,
yeah, but that was after the match was over.
I understand that. I'm just saying, like,
he did go alone. He lost the match.
I understand that, but the idea of going alone is you don't have backup. You don't get the coverage afterwards. So,
see, in my mind, when I hear that on WWE, they're talking match. Like, don't come out and help the match. Like, after the bell rings, all
traditionally speaking, though, it's not. In these factions, if you see, like, historically, if you're going alone, you get no coverage. Like if the Four Horsemen did this, you're in it by yourself. There's no, because you're also probably going to win, to be real fair. But just saying that. Also, if you guys want to hear my audio quality on, no, I was kidding. Hall of Fame stuff is up, by the way. Stories with Briscoe and Bradshaw. Their interview with Arn Anderson that we got to record. JR on video, me on audio. There you go. It's up there. You guys can go watch that. It's a great interview, by the way. If you can hear them, goddamn old people, hold the mic up to your fucking face, JR.
Why are you talking to me about it?
JBL was pretty good. The other two.
Yeah, JBL's not as old, but
I'll tell you what, it was fun to get an email from him being like, thank you again for everything. It's like, haha.
Yeah.
ADA.
I'll be real honest with you. Actually, the first year JBL was down there at Hall of Fame, it was like, I don't know if he really wants to talk to anybody. And this last year, he was all about interacting with people. I'm like, damn, dude,
He was
like,
enjoying himself a lot more this year. Yeah, very, very cool to see.
Not to change subject there or anything like that. Just wanted to.
What's the next matchup?
Let's talk about it. We saw it kick off Raw last night as far as the interaction between the special guest referee, Puffy Shoulders, Seth frickin' Rollins. He'll be a special guest referee for CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre.
Okay. And last night really further proved this, but the meme that's going around regarding this match could not do any more perfect than what words could do, like, to describe the vibe of this match. Have you guys seen this?
Mm-mm.
I did not see that one. I saw some other memes about this interaction just because everybody's picking sides between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre.
But as soon as they announced Rollins as the ref, like, this was the vibe, right? Because it's just such this, I hate you, Drew. I hate you, Punk. I hate you, Drew. I hate you, Punk. And then here he comes just singing and dancing like, hey, I want to be there too.
I think that meme's wrong, though. I would say that Scar should really be CM Punk and McIntyre should be Simba. But,
yeah.
What do I know? Because I view McIntyre as the justified person in this matchup. I just believe, with some of the shit CM Punk said, and I don't know. Am I the only one that remembers his very first fucking promo back in WWE where the camera cuts and then everybody at home gets to hear him say, I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money. And he gets to go ahead and spout off about Drew McIntyre being the corporate guy. I mean, come on, Cash Money Punk, corporate shill, if you will. Like, come on, man. Like, if he's in it for the money, he can't be coming out here and cutting those promos and everybody still forget about that shit. I'm so like, it's one thing that really bugs me is how quickly people forget because of how their fandom exudes. But there's really no reason that CM Punk should win this unless his ego gets the fucking better of him and he just goes whines and complains to somebody backstage. In my opinion.
Two things is you would hope he would put Drew over, but the unfortunate thing with this one though is, like when these guys went to like when he went to AEW, right? The majority of the talent he's working with in AEW are youngins. You know what I mean? They're people that was their first big break. They've years in, stuff like that. So it's like, hey man, you need to put these youngsters over. This match has none of that. Drew McIntyre's been in WWE, probably just about as many years as Punk has been there. He's been at it probably just as long as Punk. So this isn't that kind of situation. So really this match could go either way. I would love to see Drew McIntyre win. I think it would just be great for the story because you could get some more wheels off of these two into the fall. As far as like, because that's the thing. I'm cool with this. And I'm even cool if Punk wins, even though I'd rather see McIntyre win, because there's no title.
Right.
If a title is involved and Punk's win, then I have exception. Because then it's like, bro, I don't need you to have another title run. But then you look on the other hand and it's like, are we going to get one more Cena title run? Probably.
Well, and I think
it's hard, man. I hope Punk loses, but in all honesty, I think it's an interesting story.
I mean, I definitely see where you're coming from, and that's all true. I guess for me, the way I see this is McIntyre was your guy during COVID, right? He was getting a lot of love from the company. He was getting a lot of love from the fans because there's nobody there, right? So he was the champion during COVID with no one fucking there. And you give him just a fucking moment at WrestleMania, and then it's taken away. So in my mind, he should have the sympathy vote. But there is so many of these people, these fans, these marks, if you will, that just love CM Punk because of, they remember the summer Punk and how Punk was treated. Who now he said if it was like this backstage 10 years ago, he wouldn't have left WWE. Which probably tells you a lot about how quickly him and Triple H have been able to mend fences over all this stuff. But
I think it just says a lot about what Paul's doing backstage.
I would say that, yeah. But I just think the way this is going down, in my opinion, it makes zero sense for Punk to win because you would hate to see this like if this was like a UFC fight. You would hate to see the guy who's getting screwed over or like, bad losses here and there or somehow something happens, lose the final match or whatever. They'll probably go a little longer, like you said, probably actually have maybe a blowout finally in Bad Blood or something like that. But because we don't know how Seth Rollins is really going to feature into this shit,
Well, I think we do. This is all to circle back to it's going to be Punk and Rollins. That's going to be the feud going into Survivor Series. We know this because that was the biggest story when Punk debuted. Right after Punk debuted was Rollins' reaction and having to be carried to the back because he was sitting there, fuck you, blah, blah, blah. And that was all off camera, right? And it was, oh man, he's shooting on him for real. All that stuff. So, I mean, you can't ignore it. Like, you know what I mean? They have to go back and touch on that. So that's where this is all going to head. Drew is hit at a point. Like, I get it. Like, yeah, you held the title during COVID, all that stuff. But I think the big thing is it's just not over. I'm bored by him. Like, I like him. I like his kick. He's hard, but like, I do like this though, like him doing the shit to Punk, like the tombstone, and bragging about how he took Punk's Mania moment. It was great, you know what I mean? But I do think that they're gonna have to find something for him to do. I mean, no matter what, he's got to move on from this, and it's got to be a non-title deal. So, like, they're gonna have to figure something out for him either way. Um, and then we see it's gonna be Rollins and Punk going to Survivor Series, maybe even Rumble. Who knows? I mean, that's. But here's the other thing: watch Punk get hurt Saturday or get hurt in the next month, and then he's out again for 6 months. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not trying to be a dick, but let's call what it is.
Yeah,
injury bug, man.
Oh yeah, no, I mean it's bad too. I mean, this isn't like it was just since he got WWE. I mean, his whole time in AEW was either a fucking foot that didn't heal right, and then it fucking hurt again. Fucking tricep, bicep, shoulder. It's like Jesus Christ. I mean, it also shows that fucking 10 years away from the sport can fucking take an effect on you. And I don't care if you did real fighting or not. Did
he though?
He tried real fighting.
Do you call that?
He tried.
Getting your ass kicked 3 or 4 times? Just getting your ass.
Or did he just volunteer to go in the cage and get beat up?
Hey man, money is money. All right. Nowadays, he wouldn't be able to sign that fucking deal. You know that.
I ain't seen you sign up to get your ass kicked.
He got his nuts kicked though.
Me?
Nut kicks. That's right.
Do you not remember the fucking shop video? That was not me signing up for shit.
What's the next match?
We'll talk about the women's matches now. World Heavyweight Champ. You know what? Actually, let's start with the WWE Women's Championship match because I think this is going to go real quick. Bayley is defending against Nia Jax. Do you guys give a shit?
Bayley wins. Move on to a beggar thing for Bayley. Bayley is such a talent, and they're wasting it right now.
Yeah,
of course they are. Yeah, especially if she takes that title off of her former stablemate, and now it looks like her Damage Control is going to be going after Sonya Deville's group, which
need a name. Did they
get
a name yet, guys? Let us know. We were there. We didn't hear commentary last night.
We didn't hear commentary. We don't know if there's a name. No one referred to a name or anything when they came out.
Good team though. What freaking Zoe Stark. I'll tell you what, her finish last night was sick.
Yeah. That was good. That was a good look for them. But yeah, so even Damage Control isn't there anymore dealing with Bayley. I mean, honestly, I think Bayley's just on the wrong brand. I think some of the better women that she could go up against are on Raw. And unfortunately, those two are also taking, or two of their top names right now are taking on each other in the other women's match on Saturday. But I don't know. Nia Jax was always meant to be, she's coming in, she's going to be the big bruiser. She's going to crush you. She's going to run over you. And then when she started injuring people, you get kind of a bad rep. No one wants to work with you, and then you're stuck. And
I must crush you.
She seems like she's gotten better with that, and people have kind of come around to work with her. But I don't think any of the fans have ever forgot about that, oddly enough.
She's $1 million.
Actually almost works with that. But yeah, no, I don't know how they would even pull the trigger on Nia Jax winning this one.
Yeah.
Unless she's somehow getting involved with the bloodline, but I don't see that happening either because there would be other options for them to add women into the bloodline than Nia Jax.
Well, her and Rock's daughter.
Yeah.
Well, which both should be. That's the other thing. I wish they would.
Well, Naomi could get in there because she's married in. So
she ain't blood. It's called
she's got some DNA in her.
Okay. Hey, also, I mean, like, for real though, those two are like pretty separated. Are they even married anymore? Like,
I don't even know.
Well,
Jimmy's not around either, like, at all. So
I thought it was pretty funny that they were gonna. It looked like for a minute they were pushing Jay into like a love story with Rhea.
Yeah, be weird. I don't know. I mean, everybody knows.
I want to see Tozawa in a love story.
I mean,
give him and Bayley.
Let's be real. Let's be real honest. You know that's how they're going to break up Alpha Academy, anyways. They're going to make Maxine Dupree and Otis the thing because they love Otis enough to put him with some of the most beautiful women on the world. Right? He had that bit with Mandy Rose for a long time. They're going to clearly have Maxine be the next
Peach.
Mandy Rose. And then I'm sure Takira Tozawa will get in there just like Tajiri did with Tori Wilson, right? Like he'll probably try to control that situation, gain Maxine's trust, take her away from Otis, and then be, like that crazy Asian suppressor type, like let's go by stereotypes. Like the male is a suppressor of the female in the Asian communities, blah, 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 blah. That's probably going to get me canceled because somebody's going to just clip that little shit right there. Like, Tom's fucking racist as shit.
Tom Chillstrom. You got his name right there, everybody.
Yeah.
Top shelf at Shake It Golf.
Most people are dyslexic, so they're going to think it says Chillstorm anyways. So, dummies. Yeah. That's something that should have came back. That was mentioned on Sunday's podcast over there, Card Subject to Change, as far as how we didn't have LA Knight bring back the button with the dummy. Yeah. That he had in TNA or Impact for a while, especially talking about Logan Paul. But you guys want to cover that one next, and we'll come back. The other women's
I don't care.
Logan Paul making his second or third defense since winning the U.S. Championship against LA Knight. Yeah, who probably needs a belt more than anybody. Yeah.
Yeah, they are dangerously close to. If he doesn't win this title, like, what the fuck is your plan for LA Knight? Like, why did you even put him through all this if you had no plans in pulling the trigger on a title?
Well, so I'm on the WWE homepage or page right now with their quick hits for SummerSlam, and in the side here, in their side banner, is a Slim Jim advert with him and Bianca Belair. So if he's just going to be your new Macho Man Randy Savage, you still got to put a fucking title on him to make it that legit. Yeah.
Let us know what you guys think in chat. LA Knight, Logan Paul. That's the other thing. Logan Paul is so good, though.
He is so good, and it's his hometown. He's from Cleveland. I'm sure we might see his brother in the crowd or some shit like that.
The Miz is bringing hors d'oeuvres.
The Miz is going to bring hors d'oeuvres. We found that out last night. R-Truth talked him into it. Kathy Kelly just went right along with it, which is great for her. Smart for her to do that. Miz is hosting. Guys on the Wizard CZ was mentioned on Sunday that he's kind of pissed off. The DIY with Johnny Gargano also being a Cleveland guy is not part of the pay-per-view. They're defending their titles on SmackDown. Or going for the titles? I don't know. Tag team titles.
I don't think they have them.
Yeah, they're useless in WWE anyways. But I don't know. If they have a real working deal with TNA, do we see Nick Nemeth come back? Because he's the Cleveland guy as well. Who knows? I don't know. I think Logan Paul wins because it's his home city. And I totally forgot it was when I mentioned this on Sunday, but I think LA Knight needs it more.
I think LA Knight still wins. I think LA Knight still wins. WWE is not above letting hometown heroes lose.
Or just home country, right? Screwjob? Anybody?
Yeah. Hey,
yeah.
Brett had it coming. I think you see LA Knight win. I think it's just at this point you really are ruining that character. Like it's just the momentum for LA Knight was so fucking hot. You can't not do anything on it. So this is the time to pull that trigger. And I think it's fair to say Logan Paul, right, but I think it's fair to say that Logan Paul is going to get moved up to bigger titles than the US title. He can be in the IC mix now, or he could legit be, on one of the bigger title hunts. Like he's done what he could do with that US title. It's time to give some legitimacy to LA Knight. But for an outsider who's now made this his full-time gig, I think moving him into that intercontinental picture next and having him drop this U.S. title to LA Knight is, in the long term, the right call. Because here's the deal. LA Knight's still a vet. Like, do we think a world championship run is going to actually happen with him at this stage in his career? It's not impossible, but it's not a for sure thing anymore. Where Logan Paul is still that young kid that he's got that coming. He's gonna get the main strap eventually. So I don't know. I say LA Knight wins. I think the transition, because you want to set that up, right? Like he probably goes for that world championship at Mania, right? So you got to start planting that seed now.
Well, they've already had Logan Paul go for the big one against Roman Reigns in Saudi Arabia. I know that's Saudi Arabia, and it's
exactly. And like I'm talking like actual story though, not the one-offs like those shows where it's just, hey, bring me Andre the Giant. He's dead. Well, dig him up. We want him here anyways. You know what I mean?
Yokozuna in the Super or the Mega Royal Rumble. Oh, here's a Asian guy that you have no idea who the fuck it is. All right.
We want Gilbert.
First of all, yeah.
Because he would actually put on a quality match.
Dwayne Gill is still alive, everybody.
Unlike Goldberg. But yeah, I think now's the time to pull that trigger. I think he, starts floating towards that talk, towards Survivor Series. I think we see Logan Paul in Rumble. I think there's a good chance he walks away winner of Royal Rumble, and that's how Logan Paul's going to get his shot.
Well, especially with the spot they did with him and Ricochet, last year? I mean, if he's willing to do that, he's willing to do a lot of other things. JR, what do you got? Do you got an opinion on this one? We haven't heard from you in a while.
No.
Fantastic. On to the next one.
You're welcome.
We'll cover the Intercontinental Championship.
This better be your new shtick. Like, just that's all you do now. What do you think, JR?
Nothing.
I mean, it could be like Major League, where I'll just flip this on real quick. Like, what do you got to say about that? It's great. They don't call you the best of the biz for nothing.
Broadcast school is really paying off.
Intercontinental Championship. Sami Zayn defends against Braun Breaker, and Ace mentioned as far as what we saw last night. Braun's still pretty green on a lot of things.
Braun can't talk on a mic. Watch him. He gets a mic in his hand and he's
well,
still very scared.
He is a Steiner, so just remember that part.
Yeah. But you get what I'm saying. Like, it's just he's just, I don't think he's even really that great. To be real honest, even if he got more under his belt, there's bigger guys on the roster. He's not a threat. He's a legacy name.
I mean, but even that, they try to turn people, like, they've, again, with the name that he has, they've mentioned it casually, obviously, pretty
well, and that's the thing. Yeah, but I mean,
on the roster, but
he still barks. He wears the same singlets. Like, he's literally copying the exact same thing. And I think the other thing too is, having his dad out there at conventions going wild, that didn't help his cause
against trans people, which is not something that your
kid's about to get a run.
And now Forever Together really stands for, right?
Right. And then again, I just think he's in and over his head. He ain't at this level. He is not at this level. We saw it last night, JR, at Raw. There's a spot. Sammy clotheslines him. He's supposed to go over that top rope. Motherfucker could not get over that top rope and out the ring.
Now, I don't think any of the Steiners could ever go over the top rope. They had to climb the top rope a few times here and there, but I don't think they could ever go over it.
You get what I'm saying.
I know.
Like, he couldn't do what he was supposed to do. Thanks, Dan. Scott Steiner has been named one of the guests of honor for the next Chris Jericho cruise. It's going to be him, Jushin Thunder Liger, which, by the way, awesome. That's the real fucking talent of the three. And I love me some King, Jerry the King Lawler, but Jushin Thunder Liger is literally a global. King is cool. Jushin will be cool. Our good friend Matty Stars worked with him. It was awesome. That'll be cool. I give zero fucks about the Steiners. I will not even talk to those guys. I have no will to meet them.
I mean, I'm just going to give Scott Steiner a real basic math problem and see where the fuck he goes with it, to be real fair. I'm going to give him like the square root of 9 and see what the fuck he does. That's actually, honestly, and then you see that third line there, Nick Nemeth, Ash by Elegance, and Brad Williams, those are real fucking stars right there, And I don't know what iteration of Chris Jericho we're going to get on the cruise, because if it's the Learning Tree Chris Jericho, this might be a real long fucking cruise, because I love the fact that he has changed up so much in his career, but this one's a real tough one with the Learning Tree. Seeing an old vet like Chris Jericho do this kind of shtick, but anyhow, Braun Breaker, is he winning the title? Yes or no?
God, he better not.
Yeah.
Well, so I think, and again, cover
I think
this.
he is.
I think he will because, as again mentioned on Card Subject to Change. So go check them out, everybody. It was a fun show on Sunday, and us, they've shouted us a few times. They've helped with some Absolute Pro Wrestling stuff, so they're part of the extended 2 Count family, if you will. Anyhow,
you don't get to decide that.
I don't get to decide that. I get to decide who is or is not Team Top Shelf until Luke Raven decides to fuck it all up.
Yep, that's all you get. Me and JR
start running.
Me and JR decide
ideas
who gets to be extended 2 Count family. And yes, card subject to change is. But
anyhow, it was brought up though too. Whatever the Bloodline next story goes, Sami Zayn's probably going to be part of that, especially if it's something where Jey Uso's going to get revenge. I'm sure he's going to need some help. And
and oddly enough, who's been getting teamed up the last 2 weeks on Raw together?
Ooh, Sami Zayn and Jey?
Yeet.
Also, Yeet's not on this one. Real sad because that arena went pretty fucking crazy for some Yeet yesterday. I mean, I think I posted the video to our Instagram, so you guys can all check that out. But the whole arena after Jey Uso picked up the win last night was just with the
I'll tell you what, Target Center or Exxon Center was a rocking last night, and it was full.
It was very full. I mean, honestly,
I was surprised to see they sold as much of the upper level as they did.
But again, I've mentioned it before. I think the Go Home Raw has always been better than the Go Home SmackDown, even though SmackDown's always closer.
Well, that's because.
But I don't think they did enough, in my opinion, last night to really get maybe the casual fan to go and want to watch SummerSlam.
No. But you know what they have that's going to get that casual fan? They have
Morgan and Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, that will.
Two of the absolute most. Let's be honest, all right? We're men. They're two of the most attractive women in WWE right now. And that little deal last week between the two of them, where Liv did the whole gorgeous men like Dom are attracted to women like you. They're attracted to women like me. That whole clip, whoever shared it, WWE or anybody else, any other fan that has shared that little clip, all these views on social media, whether it be Twitter or X or YouTube or wherever the hell you might be able to find that clip, it's in the millions upon millions. I mean, it's literally there's more fans of that one clip than there has ever been fans of The Rock.
And by clip, we mean Liv Morgan's butt.
Yes, that the short shorts, the Daisy Dukes.
And this is a great story, though. We see the promo of her last night crying and setting things on fire. Like the thing that I don't like is this has all happened in 2-3 weeks time. I would really love to see the broken-hearted, pissed off Liv go longer with Rhea and Dom for the lead into this match. That, or I hope it carries on from SummerSlam to another match.
I think so.
I think these two got wheels to go. Like crazy, broken-hearted ex-girlfriend Liv Morgan. That's a character we need.
Apparently, yeah, we didn't know we needed it.
And here's the deal, and it works so perfectly because you got Rhea and Dom, and he's her submissive guy and all this stuff and whatever the hell they do. And then and when that all first started, it was like, whoa, some dominatrix shit. Oh, pushing the envelope. And now you're gonna have just Liv Morgan just go fucking over the top as they, you know what I mean? Like fucking, like have her burn a car. Like I want pull the fucking Vince McMahon limo stunt. I want to see Dom and Rhea walk into the rental car, and right before they get to it, just fucking boom, and like Rhea lives in back, like laughing, like you know what I mean? Like I want to see some crazy shit. They could do it with them. These are the right characters for this.
I will say this, because normally I would be against overshadowing a title with a love triangle, but that's the whole thing. Rhea and Liv have so much back history, and it's not even just Dom. I mean, this is literally a grudge match with a title and a love triangle. I mean, this is the best story that they have, like, it doesn't really need much build. I mean, you're right. They do have more legs than just this one match, I think, because they tagged together. They won the women's tag team championships together. Then Liv got hurt, comes back, injures Rhea, gets her title as Rhea's gone. Rhea comes back. She is pissed that Liv is hanging out with her boyfriend. Oh, and then there's also this title at stake. It's like, okay, first of all, I know there's level to this shit, but like that's,
and also we know Finn's involved.
oh yeah. I think Finn's been the one pushing like Liv, like, hey, Dom's lonely. He's missing mommy, like go.
Oh, that, or I think what we're gonna see is like he's with her. Like,
oh, I think so. Yeah.
Liv and Finn were getting together, and that's the whole. They came up with this whole plan together.
Well, especially considering Finn was the one who originally was against Judgment Day the hardest, right? I mean, he actually then just joined it and then took out Edge. So this should be his group, and then he's gotten overshadowed. Which, I mean, jealousy being what it is, especially when we're talking about pro wrestling or sports entertainment. There's enough story right there too, again, to blow this whole damn thing up. And you could have wheels for days just from the Judgment Day blow up, because now you could have Bloodline do their thing, and that could be the SmackDown thing. Judgment Day and all the recourse of that blowing up. Damon Priest, maybe he becomes Punishment Priest or something like that. Somewhere he's so downtrodden. Maybe he needs that solo run where it's all of a sudden he's morose. He's like just an angry monster, but doesn't know how to do anything until he wins matches.
And then they pair him up with R-Truth.
That'd be fucking great. I will say this, actually. I want to go back to Braun Breaker because I mentioned this on Sunday too. I think the way they're taking him right now is the same trajectory they're taking Braun Strowman, but then they fucking dropped the ball with Braun Strowman because he actually had more legs to him. Yeah, I think Braun Breaker needs to be slowed down a little bit as you're making this trajectory. Like, you need to maybe like pace it a little bit better, You don't climb Everest in a day,
I think he just needs to go back to NXT for like a year, but that's just me. Or maybe just get rid of him.
Send him over to TNA. They could work with him a little bit, right?
Sure.
But anyhow, so back to this at hand with the women's championship.
World Rugged.
What?
Send him to Rugged.
I'm sure they could afford him. I hate them. Anyhow, yeah. So who's walking out with the Women's World Championship and Dominic Mysterio?
So this is hard because I really feel like Liv deserves to hold this title longer.
I think so.
This has been her best run. The last run was short as well. And she's gone over on Rhea and Ronda Rousey. She's gone over two really strong fucking females in that locker room. So
and she's also like faced off and done really well against Charlotte. So it's not like this is somewhere who's
exactly. And we know Charlotte's getting close. She's posting her working in the gym. That's a return that we'll see probably by Rumble at the latest. So I really want to see Liv win. What do I think WWE is going to do? Honestly, I think they let Liv win, but I could see Rhea getting it back at Bad Blood. But I could see tomorrow night being the demise, like where it all really starts to crumble for Judgment Day.
Tomorrow night or
Saturday night.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, exactly. It's already been a long week. We're only into Tuesday.
Bro, it's been a long 3 weeks, guys. We had the big Rochester Madhouse show. We had Hall of Fame right after that. The 3M, Monday Night Raw.
Oh, yeah.
JR and whatever he does up there.
He didn't see me. Yeah, JR, what do you think? Who's winning this one? I'm gonna give my 2 cents in late here, and then what do you got?
I think makes most sense to retain than anything else. Plus, I like Liv Morgan.
Oh, of course you do. Yeah. Like I said, best in the biz. Thank you, JR.
I will say this. I will say this though. I mean, and it doesn't have anything to do with this, but I'm super sad that Asuka seems to have some major knee damage.
Yeah.
Yep, we did not see her with damage control last night, obviously.
Yeah, she out back out in Japan, I think, right? Getting
Yeah,
ended too.
yeah.
So hopefully speedy recovery because love me some Asuka, and she's a mainstay. Like she's that one that when they got her, she ain't leaving WWE.
Yeah, and it's interesting because and again, not to go sidetrack, but I read some comments from Sheeta about how she learned so much from Asuka. We're not necessarily friends. We sort of stopped talking, but she says I learned so much from her, and I think that probably Asuka is highly underrated as far as what her position is now. I don't think she's underrated in Japan, but I think she's probably on the level of what is it, Kong?
I think she's on the level of like a Charlotte. I just think the fans,
yeah,
were so quick to dismiss her when the title got dropped. You know what I
Are
mean?
you talking like Aja Kong?
Yeah, Aja Kong.
Well, yeah, you know what? Asuka has been highly influential to a lot of Japanese wrestlers. She's the one that helped them all learn that you can wear your underwear on the outside of your pants too, apparently. So that's been an odd thing to see every Japanese woman come through stardom with. But
her YouTube is pretty funny.
It's crazy. And it's mostly in Japanese.
Yeah. Have you seen the one where she goes to the little like wrestling bar in Japan?
Oh no.
And like the owners are big fans and like have her all over it, and she just walks in and like sits down, and like the owner lady just freaks out. So funny.
No, it's so funny because she's a lot of her stuff when she's living in the US and she's just going and doing stuff, and she's like, oh, I got a rice cooker, and all the it's adorable.
Yeah, no, but yeah, shout out to Asuka. We hope that it's not as bad, but it does sound like it's pretty damn bad, obviously. And yeah, but I think Liv wins. Not to take away from Asuka here, but I think Liv wins because it makes more sense if you're going to blow up Judgment Day for her to win. But also, I'll be real honest with you. I'm a gorgeous man, and I would definitely go for Rhea.
So here's the thing. Here's another maybe thought, right?
I let you just loop past.
I'm so gorgeous.
Those pants are too tight, gorgeous Tom.
Yeah, I was gonna say, now you guys fucking want to harp on it a little bit. Jesus, normally that would just get you all fucking riled up. Like, oh, you think you're fucking good shit, Tom? Yeah, I'm the best looking guy on this fucking show. Not saying much there.
Yeah. I will agree with you though. I mean, if Rio,
thank you. I am the best looking man on this show.
Here's the thought. No, that wasn't what I agreed with. Here's kind of the. I mean, you guys maybe if Rio wins, and then all of a sudden in Judgment Day, maybe she's the only one with the title. Does that make it easier to blow it all up?
No, but also, like, here's the deal. Like, if this whole thing is Finn and Liv working together, right? What's in it for her? She's got the title, but like, they kept all this going. So like, they each need to get something out of this. So he needs to get. See, that's fuck. Okay, so now I'm rethinking everything. So Damian is not going to drop because he'll probably drop it to Finn.
If they blow it up, yeah. I mean, but again, if you, as you mentioned earlier, though, if Rhea wins and she's the only one with the title outside of the tag team titles, then all of a sudden she just says, I'm the real leader. Then you can blow it up.
And that could easily happen, but then you kind of just dismissed all this Easter egg shit with Finn and Liv, right? Because then at that point, that's a mute point then. If they're all just going to be jealous that no one has titles except her. That takes care of that. And you can't. There has to be a resolution. Well, first of all, there has to be a reveal. We haven't even gotten that reveal yet. We've just gotten the subtle hints of him taking the card. Oh, weird. She just always has access to the clubhouse. Oh, weird that like Finn's been instigating a lot of shit lately. Like all that has to come to a head, and it's going to happen at SummerSlam. But how does it happen? He's got his title tag match on what, SmackDown? So, like, whatever. Does he help Liv retain? And that's
That's a
where
good
we
question.
kind of see, like, oh shit, Finn. And then if Gunther loses and Damien retains, there's that issue of, oh, I can't believe you helped her. Then that's where he throws that challenge out, and I want your belt too. I don't know. I'm just spitballing because at some point you have to have this Finn and Liv shit make sense. Otherwise, you just wasted our time.
True. I mean, I think that makes the most sense, especially when Dominic and Liv started going around or whatever, right? Like you saw the clips all of a sudden, like around the corner, just.
Well, and the other thing too with this whole thing is Dom never folded. Dom never once folded on Rhea for Liv until the closest he got was the night Rhea came back, right?
Mhm.
So it's been Finn that's making this all look like he is into it. And that's there's just fucking A, man.
Let's be
So
honest.
much.
Some of the subtle storylines that they've been doing in WWE, and when they do subtle storylines, even historically, it's been some of their best work. You know, the slow processing things have always been their best work. I mean, I mentioned it as far as like the Wyatt Six. I think it's been a little too slow. They're gonna get their first match next week on Raw.
Right. It's like weird. We fucking say it's moving too slow, and all of a sudden we get the mask reveal that very next week. And now
I mean, I'm not saying we're fucking soothsayers here and shit like that, but we are some people who fucking know the biz a little bit. You know, just a little bit. Just saying.
By the way, Dexter Lumis looks crazy with the dreads and the beard and shit.
And the big old
yeah,
I mean, that's some Charles Manson kind of almost like shit right there.
Fucking crazy, dude. I guess it's like an homage to one of Rob Zombie's albums or some shit cover that Rob did. But yeah, man, I mean, and here's the thing. You know, we've said historically a lot about WWE. Historically, you don't win in your hometown. Historically, this and historically that. I think we also keep forgetting that this is going to be the newest of the new eras. Because when the eras would change, it was still the same old fucking captain of the boat.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I mean,
we have eras changing, and we have a completely new team that is taking over this creative now. There's a reason the ticket, we were talking about it. I was talking about it. So I think Tim, and I was like, dude, 5 years ago, that arena would have been half full for Raw.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least the upper level wouldn't have sold any tickets. Nobody would have paid for that shit.
Well, even a couple years ago when we went to the Raw in October or whatever, I mean, there was nobody above the club level. I mean, we saw that.
Yeah.
We were the top of the club level.
Dude,
that was it.
They packed that place last night.
Mm-hmm.
Packed it. So, we are seeing a resurgence in wrestling. I do think WWE is a very big reason it's happening right now. I think The Rock and the Bloodline at Mania was a big deal. You got Cena now coming out talking about his retirement tour, which is going to bring a whole lot of attention on. And in all honesty, it's kind of fun, right? We've never had anybody do that. And if someone's going to do that, John Cena's the guy to do that. I would love to hate on him for another year. You know what I mean? I would love it. I would love to hate on that fucking hustle, loyalty, respect character for a little bit longer. And just as a true wrestling fan, though, when he does have that final match, whether you liked him or booed him, it's gonna be a thing because it's a mainstay. It's a legend leaving. I mean, you look at what he did for sports and just the celebrations. How many people?
You can't see me. I mean, that stuff made it all the way to the women's Final Four, like 2 years in a row and shit like that. So
NFL, NBA, base, fucking everything.
Yeah.
But that's so wild that that's something we're gonna get right now. I don't know. It's exciting to see.
Well, and you mentioned as far as like the new era, right? So this was news to us last night. They were promoting SmackDown starting in September. Will now be on USA. We did not know that was. We didn't know. I mean,
do you know that, JR?
I've known that SmackDown
again?
off a box.
He's not even listening.
No, I am listening.
Yeah, last night at Raw, they were flashing graphics that were saying that SmackDown's moving to USA.
Yeah, I know that.
I didn't know that.
I
really?
must have missed that news
Yeah.
too. But
So-
obviously with all their TV deals or all their deals for shows, I mean, and Netflix gets Raw coming in January. NXT's going to the CW in October. I mean, this is a huge change because now you're just not Universal. And it sounds like Peacock still has premium live events and content for the WWE Network through at least 2026. So now you have multiple outlets for programming.
Well, who owns CW? Because everything else is Peacock.
Sinclair still.
Okay.
Which is kind of weird. When I first heard this, like, oh, so the company that couldn't keep ROH going.
Well, and that's my thing, dude. CW, I just is it? Do people watch it still?
So it's one of the things about the CW is it's typically a side channel or a lower power channel in most metros. So in Twin Cities, it's 23. You can get the app and stream it if you want to, and it's free.
I think you can find it on Hulu now too, possibly. I don't know.
Is it on Hulu?
I don't know if they do live with CW, but I know you can find CW programming because Hulu.
Yeah.
Somebody at the CW finally said we got to do something with streaming because no one's getting our app.
Right. But yeah, it's in that whole thing with Sinclair is still just the oddest fucking thing.
Well,
because they own all of these stations, and they could blow some stuff up if they wanted to, but they sort of are happy to just sort of.
Well, yeah, they. I mean, I understand. Selling off and folding Ring of Honor. It's the same thing you saw with TNT or Turner with WCW, right? Because when you're producing the product, you get no money from the product, right? Because you have to now put your ad revenue right back into that product, right? So Tony Khan is getting revenue from TNT, but they're getting revenue back because the product, they don't have to worry about producing the product. So now Tony Khan produces the product, puts it on TNT program or TBS or whatever, and then they get to keep their ad revenue instead of putting the ad revenue back into the product to be produced. So I can understand why you drop ROH, even though you were only doing stuff at small arenas or mostly out of Baltimore during the COVID. What's the comment here from mid-level? Well, yeah, but
I think that's right.
Is not also, how do you spell wrestling? Jesus Christ. Anyhow, yeah, I mean, they had women wrestling on there. Short, I mean, it's still going on, I guess, but AJ Lee, whatever, is not there anymore. But I don't know. Again, it's a weird thing, but Sinclair's been losing money with their whole Bally Sports shit too. So I don't know. Yeah. I don't know where this decision was made, and I think it's also the fact that they're technically a Paramount affiliate in a lot of ways. Like they'll do with like a lot of CBS overflow for some programming, or they'll trade some of the like the Flash or Green Arrow or whatever over to CBS for release or something like that. That's how they got Supergirl over there too. So I don't know.
It's in many ways.
It's not my fault, Fat Finger Tina. That's a better nickname.
In many ways, Sinclair with ROH ran it the way that it would have been run in an old school territory.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, they did just fine. It's just like when Central States ran and they'd run TV
but they get TV deals. They wouldn't get.
Yeah,
they wouldn't be the one having to worry about producing it. The TVs.
But the thing is, like, it's like in the old territory days, it'd be kind of like almost a time buy,
mm-hmm.
Kind of like what AWF does, right? I mean, they run those commercials that you're still in because they get the revenue because they're paying for that time.
It's a Pizza Man ad. You guys see? It comes fucking full circle, baby.
Fuck
Pizza
yeah.
Man. Pizza Man. Hell yeah. Top shelf. Go check out Pro AWF on 23 or 45.
And Dan says Bally Sports have gone belly. I don't know that they've necessarily gone belly up yet because it was just announced that as of the 1st of August, they're going back on to Comcast here in the Twin Cities. We have been without the Twins baseball games for a lot of people.
This is the first month of the season, and then it was off.
And here's the funny thing. I mean, it has nothing to do with wrestling, more to do with media. There wasn't a huge outcry, so it makes me think that people found other ways to watch. And I got to think it probably hurt Comcast. But whatever. I guess I heard on the radio today that in order to get it on Comcast, you gotta buy it. You got to spend another $20 in order to get to the level where it's free. So whatever.
So you got to spend more to get to the free level. Come on, that
Well, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get you.
You can't just say I want to get the baseball games, and that's it.
Well, and so again, not to necessarily stay away from wrestling any longer, but I have the Major League Baseball app and the MLB TV, and you can't necessarily even if you're in market, but if they're supposed to be able to show it somewhere, well, you just be like, well, I'm a Comcast subscriber and I have no way of watching them outside of this app. Well, they'll be like, no, you're in market, so you can't watch it. It's like, well, then you're fucked. So now, and I can't even pull up the games that they'd be playing against whatever team from their market to say, oh, I'm out of market with this team. They're like, well, but you're in that market now, so you should be watching those Twins. Like, you know what? You done fucking me over. It's a 162 game season. I get it. So like missing baseball is like literally missing like a fucking tetanus shot. You'll probably be okay. Fucking trade deadline was today, by the way. I don't know if the Twins pulled any triggers.
Yeah, they did something in the minor leagues.
Well, that's fine. They got, honestly, they're pretty good up top. It just happens to be, I knew the Guardians were kind of keeping them away. But anywho, we got anything else to talk about? So before we go any further, just so people know, in terms of why I was not fully present, I bought the new software and I did a little fiddling around, and so we'll be able to. That's what you normally say. You normally say fiddle fucking around.
You do. I don't.
You say fiddle fucking. I don't swear on this.
I've never ever said that. I don't know that I've ever heard that term until you just said it. Anyway, I'm just going to pop this up. It's about a minute and a half, and we're going to be able to be doing highlight clips again finally. And we'll just see if you guys like it. If you like it, say yes. If you don't, I don't care.
The Coke champ. Right. The Coke champ.
He's going to go to every 80s wrestler they can dig up.
Coke champ. And then when they bring the belt out, they can say, hey, say hello to my little friend.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah, the Coke Championship has just little mirrors.
And it's got they don't ever wear it around the waist. It just sits here. So it's
just curl up their own.
Not bad.
That Coke Championship last week, though, man, I tell you, Nerdy is hilarious when you get him rolling like that, man. Because that Coke Champion stuff was like, chef's kiss. Like, wow, that was a great bit.
Oh man. Yeah, so. Yeah. And I honestly, I'm like, I think when we can make these clips again now, and the AI goes in and finds the funny stuff, I think we're going to be golden. All I need to do is get all the logins so I can post it.
I'll tell you what. By the way, if you don't want to be mid-level anymore, here's what you can do: share our social media post as much as y'all can, whether it be Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, excuse me, X. Or anything like that. Just make sure you guys share it. That's all we ask. We don't ask. We don't even ask for fucking hype streams anymore, because we all know you broke motherfuckers ain't never gonna go over to Twitch and help us out anyways.
We're on too many things for that now.
Yeah.
You think Jerry's cutting costs so he can block Buster Deal and sell the boys? You think Jerry Jones can sell the Cowboys?
Dude, think about it. It's similar to some of these people, some of these musicians and bands selling their catalogs and just making a shit pot of money. And there's make it before you die.
Well, I know Glenn Taylor's
the only thing with Jerry is he's already got a shitload of money.
Yeah. The Cowboys are his toy, man. Like
they are. It's highly unlikely that, and he's as American as they come. So like the whole, he's going to sell them to Saudi Arabia. That's not going to happen. Would he ever sell them though? Domestic, here, maybe doubtful. It would be a shock because the man has preached that this is like his love and it's going to be in the family for years to come and all this shit. I think Jerry has just gotten to a point where he's too old that the senior citizen in him is affecting his judgment. And I think he just threw way too much fucking money at a quarterback that in all reality, we should have just fucking got rid of. He's not the guy. Fucking get rid of him.
I do
get
love
Micah, get CD, get the guys that we need that will tie it together. But like we've given Dak how many fucking chances? And then last year, as soon as there's MVP talk, he shits the bed again. Get him out. He's not the guy. And the fact that Jerry is dying on the hill of he'll be with the Cowboys for years to come. What the fuck, bro? Do some more coke. Watch some more game film, dude. Realize he's not the guy.
Can I interject here?
No, shut up.
I'm not gonna bag on the players.
Maybe Bryce should see about getting the place kicking job.
Oh,
because he put that one right through the uprights.
I don't know if you can kick two balls at the same time in football. Anyhow, no, I agree with you. Okay, I agree with you. To start off with, I was also going to interject and just say that the value of sports teams nowadays is insane.
So gross.
Right? Glenn Taylor bought the T-Wolves for $250 million, something like that, and he's selling them for like $2.5 billion, and it's not even close as far as how the value of the Cowboys is to the Timberwolves.
Yeah,
because that's the whole thing. Because you got to figure the sale of the team comes with those rights to everything that happens at AT&T Stadium, and Jerry Jones paid for that stadium. There's there's grants that were given to him for having the shops and the on-site museum, and so he did all the things he could do finagling wise, but it's still his stadium. So selling a team probably means selling AT&T as well, which means it has to almost be starting money, if you will, something.
Well, the other thing too, though, is, I mean, yeah, billion if you got the stadium involved, but the other thing is, it's like his one son's been working for them for years. He's fucking probably in his 40s now. Like, where's he gonna go? He ain't gonna not work for them anymore. He's like the vice president. Yeah. So like, I don't know if I buy that. The other thing too is you can still own the fucking team and have other people run it, and that's the issue. That's the issue. Is he won't do that. He wants his hands in everything. And he needs to realize that his time has. You brought Jimmy Johnson back, bro. Give him the power. Give him the power.
It's a big thing for a lot of guys to not be able to give up that control. Right?
How is Jimmy not our new GM?
Director of operations is a thing that people don't like to think of. Basketball operations for NBA teams is a lot more prevalent than that for football operations for NFL, but general managers is a real thing. Coaches have a lot of say in player.
I'm hoping this is just like when Snoop Dogg went on Twitter and shook the world for like an hour because he said he was going to quit smoking weed forever, and then came back later. I was like, y'all know I was on some edible bullshit. But you can never put it past Jerry Jones because he is crazy and getting crazier as he gets older. I just don't see it happening though. But yeah, 100%. 100%.
But here's the thing. Al Davis didn't have nearly the money. So Al Davis moving the team to Las Vegas was the last thing he could do to make money. People forget this. The Davis family, there's a reason they bought into the AFL and not the NFL, because they didn't have money to get in the NFL back in the day. They could get into the AFL as far as the startup league. So Al Davis has been, or was just smart enough to get them along, but he should never move that team out of LA. So them going to Las Vegas is a close fucking second. But yeah, Mark Davis is reaping the benefits of the fact that his dad was a cunning little asshole. And Jerry, I could definitely see is this generation's Al Davis, just with boatloads of more money.
And why do we still have McCarthy?
I knew that was going to be brought up eventually. I don't know, man. As a guy who had to face McCarthy twice in every season when he was with the Packers, that championship he won was literally fucking blind luck with that asshole.
You got fucking Belichick out there, and we ain't even calling him.
Dude, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I'll take a cheater. I'll take a fucking cheater at this point. Let's go.
Let's be real. You don't think Jerry Jones has probably talked to Nick Saban about coming back to the NFL to give it a go?
I'd rather have Bill.
Well, yeah, but NFL coaching is a lot easier than fucking college. You don't have to recruit anybody. You just got to go fucking sign them. That's it. You don't think there's a bunch of Alabama guys that he coached championships there in the NFL that he couldn't get to come to the Cowboys and fucking possibly win a Super Bowl? Come on now.
Shit. Get Bill Belichick. Let's get Brady out one more year out of retirement, get one more championship with a star on his head. I'll take it. I don't care.
Now I know you're talking gibberish. Let's wrap this thing up. Play that Nerd D song again. We'll call it a day.
Okay.
Just because once we start talking football and we're training camp season,
and you know it's coming because I got my thing for my draft today.
Oh yeah.
Do you do fantasy, Tom?
I got 2 leagues. One's with Corey. I don't know if we're actually going to keep doing it. I haven't even heard from Corey in a long time. So, and that's a dynasty one. And then the other one's a keeper league. And I'm keeping Jordan Love. I mean, I don't know. He just got paid, so he's probably going to end up having a shit year. And then Kyron Williams from the Rams, because each one of those guys I picked up for $1 last year, and it's with a salary cap.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so they're only going to cost me $6 this year to keep them. So why not? Value picks, baby.
I'm so not looking forward to fantasy. I'm so horrible at it. I hate it.
I don't know if you guys saw, by the way, Nick Swartzen was just on Rich Eisen. He says that the Vikings are going to go basically 16-2 next year, or 15-2 next year, which he's
weird. Doesn't he say that every time he's on his show?
He said he puts $1,000 on the Vikings every year for the Super Bowl. He's down $25,000. Which, to be real fair, if they win this year, he makes it all back because they're, he put the money already for this next year, and they're going off at 60-1 right now. So,
wow.
And I'm not saying they're going to be good, but Skull, baby. Let's hear the newest and the latest and the greatest from the realest one, Nerdy.
Hang on, it takes a second, apparently.
Apparently, still got Nick Chubb.
Welcome to the show. Oh yeah. Welcome to the show. Yeah. Okay. Everybody, it's time for the show. 2 count, we about that go. Best in the Midwest, and we up next. Go and ring the bell, rest, cause here we go. Comedy meets wrestling. Yeah, we doing our own thing. Squared circle and a microphone. 2 count on everything. Can you smell what we're cooking now? Other shows, they ain't got that style profile. And while we strut, arm raised with 2 fingers up. JR, Big Ace, Tommy 2, they something else. This show be dynamite. Next level, top shelf. I'm like, welcome to the show. 2 count. Welcome to the show.
JR, why don't you go ahead and outro us?
I like this better.
Well, it's the bed.
Oh, perfect. No, see what you're saying. Hey, we want to thank all of you who have been watching tonight on Twitch, on YouTube, and on Twitter/X. But I still call it Twitter because I'm old. But
We all call it Twitter.
Always.
Everybody does. We're going to start posting clips. We're going to have fun. We're going to do our live watch along on Saturday night. You'll be able to watch me snooze for the first half hour until these guys come kick the door in. But we appreciate y'all. And thanks again, folks. Bye-bye. We'll